Galactic Rising, dear family. I was trying to figure out a way I can do this so I can make sure that this video has a very powerful point to it. So check it out. I'm just going to do it like this. I want to show you this scripture as to why I'm getting ready to read or getting ready to say what I'm getting ready to say. Genesis chapter 1, verses 2 through 4. Genesis chapter 1, verses 2 through 4. Just turn to that real quick if you don't mind. I'm going to read it for you, just in case you ain't got one on you. The scripture reads, "And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters." Notice those things in verse 2 right quick before I go on. "And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep." This is verse 2, Genesis 1. "And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters." Verse 3, "And God said." I'm just going to read it out loud because this is what it says there. If anyone's been watching my ranting as I've been going, you know where I stand on this concept as far as God talking. "And God said, let there be light. And the light was nucleated into our reality. Or it was reverberated into our reality. It was nucleated or reverberated." Verse 4. Verse 3 once again, it says, "And God said, let there be light. And there was light." That was Genesis chapter 1, verse 3 right there. Verse 4, it says, "And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness." And just keep it right there, verse 4. "And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness." Verse 6, before I go on, it says, "And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." I just wanted to read that out loud real quick. But verse 4 is the main one I want to highlight, though. Verse 4 is the main one I want to highlight. Why do I want to highlight verse 4? Because it is one question right here. How would the sun see it? How would the sun see it? Well, in verse 4, "And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness." Well, where was the darkness at first? "And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep." Without form and void. "And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters." So the earth without form and without that firmament in the middle of it, because the firmament didn't show up until 6, right? So without that firmament in the middle of it, it didn't have any form. And it was void. As darkness. What kind of darkness was upon the face of the deep? What kind of darkness is upon the face of the deep in that there scripture? I wonder. Sound like some negative electron energy, in my opinion, especially from what I've been studying. Well, I was going to say it anyways. I'm going to say it all. This video right here is going to be titled "My Fake Dr. Umar Beef Explained," or "My Fake Beef with Dr. Umar Johnson Explained." That's what I'm going to call this video here. Just remember those scriptures for a moment too as I get ready to go in. How would the sun see it? Well, we just saw what happened, or I just read what will happen if the sun sees anything. It's going to chase the darkness out of something, right? or it's going to divide the darkness from the waters that were void without form, as darkness was upon the face of the deep. Oh, those waters, by the way, that were mentioned in Genesis 1-2, those waters are talking about the 7 oceans of our reality, or of our world, or the oceans, or the seas, or, yeah, what I said, oceans or seas, whatever you want to call it. The Mediterranean Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, those oceans, those are the ones I'm talking about. Those oceans, let's say, just remove the names of them, remove the firmament or the planet that's within the midst of them, or whatever you like to call the firmament, because I just read what it really is, and from what my understanding sees, I see it as something completely different than you do. I see it as the planet itself, but that's just me moving forward. So the darkness that was upon the face of the deep, the darkness that was within the oceans, the darkness that was within the oceans when the planet didn't have its shape, or and it was void without form, and as darkness was upon the face of the deep. When the sun was nucleated and the sun saw that darkness, it divided the darkness out of the waters, and/or it chased the darkness out of the waters. It's just different wording inside of the book to make it seem a little bit different in order to throw us off just a tidbit. You follow what I'm saying? But nah, we way smarter than that. And we gonna get it now. We gonna get it all now. Especially when I purposefully start this I'm gonna say fake instead of pointless. In my last video, when I was talking about this little thing I'm trying to make up with brother Umar Johnson to try to get him to start talking about something a little bit more effectively, is what the whole overall purpose of this is. Last video, I kept on saying pointless, pointless, pointless. I'm going to change the word pointless to fake, because I don't want it, because when I say pointless, it can also have a certain effect that'll make it seem like, oh, you think you better than him, da-da-da-da-da, or what, the beef ain't got to go, or do whatever have, it's just any little type of way for the enemy to slip in and just throw some poison in the midst. I'm just going to say or do whatever I can to ensure it don't get a chance to do that at all. Absolute defense, absolute block from every way. Just going to do my best here. Whatever I got, I'm just going to use it. But this video is going to be called The Fake Beef with Dr. Umar Johnson. My fake beef with Dr. Umar Johnson explained. Yeah, fake beef. I don't want no kind of animosity with anybody. I don't. But the thing is, your culture sucks. But I'm still going to do what I can to lead with the indoctrination, to just weaponize it somehow. I'm just going to do it. But I really am not for violence or anything dying at all. I really am not. It's just this world is constantly attacking me and putting hate in my head, putting the hatred in my head to ensure or do its best to provoke me into being so violent. Nah. Evil things don't get what they want from me anymore. They're just not doing it. It's just not happening anymore. But moving forward, this beef with Dr. Umar Johnson that I want to, this fake beef, why do I call it a beef though? Because I want to try to use y'all culture to my advantage in a way. And plus, it's a really small, embarrassing moment that I kind of want to use to try to make it a little bit funnier, I guess. You follow what I'm saying? I want to make it funnier somehow, or entertaining to watch in a sense, in a way. Because what it's going to ultimately drive at is what I'm about to get ready to get to in a moment. This whole video is going to be used to label and describe the purpose of this fake beef with Dr. Umar Johnson that I'm starting. The purpose of the fake beef, right? So check it. All right. And the light chased the darkness out of the waters, or out of the oceans. All right, so check it. Check it. All right, I got 3 reasons here. 3 reasons, 3 main reasons as to why I am going to put on a smoke and mirror, false, not real, BS type of attack, sure, on Dr. Umar. Sure. That's what this is. Yep. Moving forward. 3 reasons why I want to do it. 3 main reasons why I want to do it, and why I'm just going to do it. Just going to post a video. You can get mad if you want to. I don't care. Just going to do it anyways, because I know what it's going to ultimately do for me in the future and or in the right now and or within the horizon, if I can make it or survive or do enough to plant it firmly enough, my conviction. Check it out. 3 reasons why. The first one, they all have titles as well. The first reason is the Most High reason. That's its subtitle or its internal title. Its external title would be this one: 1,000 million admiration of Dr. Umar Johnson. The 1,000 million admiration of Dr. Umar Johnson. The 1,000 million, darn tootin'. 1,000 million admiration of Dr. Umar Johnson. Why so much admiration for Dr. Umar Johnson? Well, because like I said in a previous video that was actually taken down, so I'm just going to say it now, Dr. Umar Johnson has done and has said a lot within the past 2 decades or 2.5 decades. Whether y'all noticed it or not, I notice certain things. I see things differently than you all do, which is why I have a different level of respect for Dr. Umar Johnson, which is why I'm just going to make all of this up to get another kind of stronger point pushed into our world a bit faster. So I got a different level of respect for Dr. Umar Johnson, and I'm just going to make up something so I can just prove that in a way and maybe even possibly turn him into a galactic superhero in with like Thor and like Wolverine claws all in the same person, right? So check it. 1,000 million admiration of Dr. Umar Johnson. 1,000 million. Why 1,000 million though? Because I desire to see Dr. Umar Johnson have 1,000 FDMG academies with a million man, woman, and child staff working for him. Why do I say one child? Because maybe his children only will be working for him. So just child. Or unless he has more children or want more children on the way. Don't know. I just pray the best his way in every way possible. I did say fake beef, didn't I? So yeah, you ain't gonna really hear too much animosity. I despise your culture. Let me just say that I despise your entire culture. I despise everything about your culture. I really do. I'm just gonna utilize some things about it to try to get a point across in a very creative way, in a sense. So yeah, that's the first reason. 1,000 million admiration of Dr. Umar Johnson. I want to see him have, I personally desire to see him have 1,000 FDMG academies worldwide, and also a million melanated men, women, and children, or child, or just a million melanated men and women, just a million melanated men and women, because the children are going to be there learning and growing and gathering and recognizing how powerful they truly are. That's what the children are going to be there doing. So the first reason, the most high reasoning, 1,000 million admiration of Dr. Umar Johnson. I just desire to see that good brother have 1,000 FDMG academies worldwide and a million melanated men and women working for him and helping him sustain it and maintain it and keeping the infrastructure proper and keeping the business and the residual income and the residual income and that residual income, keeping it going strong. You dig what I'm saying? And be prosperous, be thriving with it, be abundant with it, be great with it, win with it. Use it to help our people as you truly desire, good brother Dr. Umar Johnson. I know how much you really desire to help. I do. Our family doesn't see it as I do, but I do. It's just we can only do the best we can with what we have, you know? We can only do the best we can with what we have. So here, I'm about to attack you so you can have more. Moving forward, second reason. Second reason why I'm about to just start a fake beef with Dr. Umar Johnson. Here's the second reason why. Second reason why. The second branch, internal reason why, is the sun. Externally, the title of it is the SUN in US. That's the second reason. The SUN in us. That's the second reason why. That's the second reason. That's the second title of it. But the second like inner layer, I'm just making it all up, man. I'm really piecing together a giant message just by trying to start whatever. I'm just piecing together a giant message, low key. If you listen and you'll get it. You'll just hear why I'm saying all of this. I'm just really saying stuff, honestly. But I'm just making it seem like, oh yeah, beef with Dr. Umar Johnson. That's what he's saying. Oh my God, maybe that might go and get into a lot of people's heads. And then people also hear things like SUN in US. What? What does that even mean? SUN in US. What does that even mean? Well, you're gonna find out later. Moving forward, though. Yeah, the second reason why I want to pick a fight. That I'm not really about to fight with a good brother. I'm not about to fight him at all, man. I'm just saying it because y'all culture sucks, and I'm just using the indoctrination to lead. But I really just want to send love and love only. That's what I really would like to send. Moving forward, though. Second reason. The sun. The SUN in US. The sun in the sky. Galactic rising, dear family. The sun in outer space. Second reason. The SUN in US. So I got 3 phrases for the second reason as to why I'm sending a message to the good brother right now, to the good brother Dr. Umar Johnson. 3 reasons, 3 phrases within that one category, within that one branch right here, that'll make all of this whole message way more understandable and way more effective when it's finally time to apply it. 3 reasons, 3 phrases, right? The first one. How would the sun see it? Where do I get the inspiration of how would the sun see it from that what would Jesus do line? What would Jesus do? How would the sun see it? It's almost the same thing when you really think about it. Okay, it's not, but you can compare it if you like to. Moving forward, the second phrase. Our enemy is a lie and a truth concomitantly. The true enemy of the world is a lie and a truth concomitantly. That's the second phrase. The final phrase. So, the final phrase comes into question. So, what would happen if we remove the lie out of our family only and left the truth and just left the truth there to just be their foundation? What if me and brother Umar Johnson just actually, what if he responds to this? I'm going to tell you how he can respond to this. I'm going to tell you how he's going to respond to this. Watch this. I'm going to even tell you how he's going to respond to this beef right here, to this fake beef. I'm going to make sure I keep that out there. Fake. Nothing real about this at all. Just a plan, a strategy, a tactic, so to speak, to wake our family up a lot more quicker. Just going to slip it under the bus. Just going to slip some things under there. Maybe that'll work. Slip some things under there, right? Moving forward. How would the sun see it? The enemy is a lie and the truth concomitantly. And so what would happen if we remove the lie from within our family and just left the truth there as a foundation or as a disposition? What would happen if we did that, Brother Johnson? Brother Umar Johnson, what would happen if we removed the lie from our family's internal spirit? What would happen if we did that? Sounds to me like the sun would see those lies be evaporated from the waters. It's the reason why I said that earlier, why I read that scripture, just to give you a good bit of a more stronger, more powerful insight as to why I really want to send this message to you, my good brother, Dr. Umar Johnson. I don't even know if this is going to help. I don't know. I'm just going to try anyways. I'm just going to try it. Who cares? I need to hurry up, though, because we know how this technology gets with me and my current positioning. Wait till I get all that I need to really, really hammer these messages down. I will never give up on you, ever. Moving forward, though. Giving up on you is giving up on me. The third reasoning. Just a simple question. Why does our family have the name Africa in the first place? Seems like we could just use the meaning of it. Just wanted to say that real quick. Why does our family have the name Africa in the first place? Now, see, that third reasoning is the main reasoning why I want to send this message to you. The third reasoning. Why does our family have the name Africa anyways? Why does our family even need that specific group of words together? Why do we need to be called Africa? We couldn't just be called something else? Just all the things that tie with the names, all the things that tie with the meaning of the names, all the things that tie with the meaning of the names. There's so many meanings for things out here, so many different meanings for things. What if we just stuck to one specific meaning and just left it there? But then it's like, because of what the name is that has the meaning of the name, there's so many other things that try to complicate it and make it difficult to just grasp when it's really simplistic to grasp, right? Moving forward though, the names, the meanings of names, right? Okay. Those are the 3 reasons why I want to just send this message to brother Umar Johnson. That's gonna, and this 4th, and I got a 4th and final reason that's a hidden reason, that those 3 reasons are inside of. You follow what I'm saying? And that's what's gonna make it seem like it's a fake beef right there. This is the reasoning that's gonna make it seem like a fake beef. The 4th hidden reason that I really don't want to care to mention. But the thing is, it's a moment that happened in my life that I can use to weaponize for something funny and educational simultaneously. Now check it out. This is what's gonna make it seem like a fake beef right here. So, brother Umar Johnson, I went on a date with this fully melanated woman one time. I was on a date with a fully melanated woman this one time, right? Peep game. Now see, when I go on dates with women, I use my knowledge to woo them, right? I use my knowledge to try to woo them and excite them into being my wife. I use my knowledge to lure them in to becoming my wife. That's what I do to women. That's what I do to a fully melanated woman. I use my knowledge to lure her in to becoming my wife. That's what I do. Is it wrong because I'm trying to trick talk a woman into becoming my wife? Is that wrong? I don't care. I really love fully melanated women. But moving forward though, so this woman I'm talking about here that I went on a date with, beautiful, man, majestic, you know, she's a beautiful woman, beautiful woman. You know, you dig what I'm saying? Natural as well, very, very natural. That's the reason why I want to mention that as well. Very, very natural woman. She was good. Why did it not work? It's not because of what I'm getting ready to mention in regards to Dr. Umar Johnson. It's other things. You follow me? But check it. Brother Umar Johnson, here's where you come in the tidbit, right? So when I'm on a date with this woman, I'm using my knowledge to try to woo her and excite her into falling for me, you know, because it's just knowledge for me. That's what I use to get my woman. I use knowledge, right? So I'm chopping game with her. I'm spitting game to her. You know what I'm saying? I'm kicking it, you know, and it seemed like it's going smooth, right? But then here's what happened. I said something that you taught me, Dr. Umar Johnson. Arg. Now, see, here's what happened. I told her, Africa, when you spell it with an I-K, right? Not an I-C. When you spell it with an A-F-R-I-K-A, not an A-F-R-I-C-A. When you spell it with an A-F-R-I-K-A, learned this from Dr. Umar Johnson. It translates to gift from God. Now, I told her those words, right? Her reaction was, really? You know, that's how I was, for real. That's how I was. Really? You know, just like that. Like she sounded partially like Scooby-Doo, but she didn't sound like Scooby-Doo at all. You dig what I'm saying? But she was like, really? You know, that's how she was, right? Now, see, here's why I'm mentioning this. Because when she did it, I felt kind of embarrassed because it's like, man, am I wrong? You know? Oh, man. Did Dr. Umar Johnson lead me astray with his information that he gave me that day? But then when I watched the video, he said he had a book. He mentioned the book. He didn't have a book in his hand. He just mentioned the book. You dig what I'm saying? But the thing is, he mentioned the book that he got the information from. He mentioned it at least. I think he did. It's been a while since I've seen that video. This is it's so trivial and trifling and nonsensical, this topic, this part of the conversation is. But I just want to use this moment for something that it might be helpful. Moving forward, though. And for the record, sister, if you watch this channel, if you watch this video someday and you see it, you're a natural woman. Brother Umar Johnson is also getting ready to hold a single conscience or conscious singles event. He called it in some of his videos, I believe he said. But the thing is, the rules are this. And this is good that it got rules. This is real good that it got rules. I really appreciate him for having these type of rules. Only natural woman and single people can show up to these events. Natural men and women. Only men and women who go by the natural self. You follow what I'm saying? No black fingernails, no weave, no lashes, no devil eye contacts, no fangs. Natural. You dig what I'm saying? That's how you get into his event. Other than that, you won't be able to go. So to the dear sister, I don't even remember your name, honestly. I just remember the moment that I had with you there. It was kind of funny, and I just wanted to use it for something in the future. And I'm going to use it for something in the future. Because when you said really like that, there was a bit of embarrassment inside of my chest. You follow what I'm saying? That I kind of felt it. I felt that embarrassment because it seemed like I was wrong. Because when I go back to do the research on what Dr. Johnson said, it turns out that none of that exists at all. I didn't see any information that says AFRIKA translates to gift from God. I didn't see any information anywhere on that topic. So it's like, oh man, Dr. Umar Johnson must have led me astray, huh? I'm gonna get him back one day for this. Voila, here you go, fake beef. Okay, moving forward. So she said, really? And I felt that embarrassment. So now it's like, okay, Dr. Umar Johnson, he must have didn't know what he was talking about. Or maybe he was incorrect or wrong or just excited about something. I don't know. But here's the thing. I did my own personal research on it. Now, here's where it gets exciting. And here's where you can also cue that new Lupe Fiasco song, Samurai, that I get the tidbit of a feeling he actually made from me and my conviction of mine's here because of what I'm getting ready to do to my gangs, my arm strength, BKA. Yeah. Wait till this all works. I got so much. Moving forward, though. So check it. I did my own research on Africa, right? Now, when you spell Africa, y'all would spell it with an AFRICA, or thanks to Brother Johnson, an AFRIKA, which is much better than the CA anyway, so it doesn't matter. This is how pointless and fake this is. You dig what I'm saying? I'm just using a moment to make something funny, to make you do something more excellent. Know the real name of Africa and know what it really means. And notice that we don't even need Africa in itself. We could just use the meaning of the word that I'm getting ready to tell you as to what it is. Now watch this. We just need the meaning of the word, low-key. We don't even need the title of Africa itself. We just need the word's meaning. Now watch this. I did my research on it, right? AFRICA, AFRIKA, neither one of them. It's AFRAKA, AFRARARAKA, AFRAKA. That's what it originally spells. Or when you dig back traditional or more older and older, you'll find that name. Now, see, there's a name even before that one called Alkebulan. Do some research on that one. The Alkebulan wasn't the one given to us by man. It was given to us by the one that told us that God is talking. Just say that. Moving forward, though. AFRAKA, AFRAKA. Now, AF it translates to first. RA, my king, Ra, the sun. That's what RA stands for. Ra stands for the sun, right? Now, then you got KA, meaning soul. Sun, soul. Sun, soul. Now, here's why I'm kicking this message to you, Dr. Umar Johnson. Like I said, the third reasoning is the main reasoning why I want you to hear these words. It's because I want to see if I can say something that'll get you to use this version of Africa more in your messaging and in your purposes and in your drive to see our family liberated. Because as we all know, this enemy is attacking us. It is attacking us night and day. And I meant to say my victim line, or the whole opposite of victim line, what it really means. Striking us. We have an enemy that has struck us many times and that is continuing to strike us as we are speaking right now currently, meaning it is doing things to ensure that we will not be able to live a good life at all. It is doing things, it did things, and it is doing things now, and it's getting ready to do things later, ultimately. So just made up this way to try to get this first son soul concept to you, to see what you can do with it. But here's the thing though, I'm gonna do or say things to get it to you in a way that you won't be able to ignore it, because I'm gonna make you talk about it. Want to know why? Because it was embarrassing, man. Yeah. You gave me some wrong information, Dr. Umar Johnson. I put a whole lot of respect in you, my brother. So anything you say needs to be spot on, fabulous, correct. All of it does. Want to know why? Because you can help free us all if you just had more you could use to free us all. And that goes for everybody on this planet. If you just had more and if you had better. But yeah. And I say the Lupe Fiasco song, Samurai, because this is the style of, you could say, battle rapping. Because I'm about to battle rap the world with peace and love until they fall. All of you. Long story short. So, yeah, I'm going to bring a sword to a gun battle for the sole purpose of stopping them from talking about shooting each other. Yeah, I have a whole lot of bones to pick with every single battle rapper in the world who talks about killing their own brothers. You forget I see myself as an immortalist. I'll save it for another video though, so this don't cut out again. Shalom, shalom, and shalem. This is not a victim mentality at all. I'm just aware of what struck me, aware of what's stricken we, and aware of what will not stop striking us at all. Therefore, and it's why it's not about a competition, it's only about the awareness and knowledge of what needs to be stopped, the striking. I don't desire to be your king or your leader. I only desire to do or say something that will defend and protect you. Therefore, love your neighbor as you love yourself, Matthew 22:39. Defend your neighbor as you defend yourself, at least those who are worthy. Be lifted in the spirit and walk good forever. Peace, love, unity, and advancement to you all, my family.